Why use liquid nitrogen, you ask? Well, the answer is simple. It's all related to time and temperature. We will come back to this in a couple of slides. First, a quick bit of information on freezing food in production. When we use our freezers at home, we are mostly using the freezer for storage. Large industrial walk-in freezers in food production are typically used in the same way, for storing ingredients or for storing finished products. We expect these freezers to keep the food in its frozen state at a specific temperature. Actually, the operating temperature of the freezer. At home, this is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Process freezing, on the other hand, is when a food is taken from a warm state to a frozen state. At home, your freezer makes ice. This is process freezing. The reason that this is important is that storage freezers, like your home freezer and industrial walk-in freezers, operate at the frozen food temperatures. When you make ice, the water that freezes eventually reaches the exact temperature inside the freezer. This is not how process freezers work, typically. Process freezers typically operate at temperatures colder than the final temperature of the food. This is like bringing warm beer home from the store that you want to drink right away. You place it in your freezer to get it cold faster. You don't really want that beer to freeze. The freezer is colder than the desired final temperature of the beer. So, we expose the beer to the cold temperature of the freezer for a relatively short period of time and temperature. Freezing and cooling food is accomplished by exposing the food to a cold atmosphere for some period of time, thereby removing heat. If we remove enough heat, the food will cool. If we continue removing heat, eventually we will have removed enough and the product will freeze. Let's say we have a food at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. There might be several different combinations of temperature and times in a freezer that would equally remove enough heat for the food to reach a temperature of 10 degrees Fahrenheit. As we see, the colder the freezer temperature, the less time the product must remain in the freezer in order to achieve the desired final temperature. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward, but why would you use liquid nitrogen to create the cold temperature in a freezer or cooler? You will need to watch parts 2 and 3 to learn the answer to that question. Thank you.